Good day and welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Playing the Euro truck some more, as you can see. So we're gonna get some more money, expand our industry some more. It's gonna be a good time. Excuse me. So please like, share, and follow. Be super appreciated if you did. We'll pin that. Did it pin? Yeah. Put a poll up today. Kind of curious of the answer of this one. And make sure it works. You know, it's always good to make sure the sound's all there and all that good stuff, right? So let's see if we can get some echo. Gotta click on. So let's see if we can get some echo. There we go. Alright, so that works. Perfect. Brett, thank you for being here. And Dale, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. Alright, so let's get this underway, hey? Have a good day? Well, thank you so much. You have a good day too. You can hear me? Oh, it's always good. Get my truck, hey? The driver, I don't know where the driver is. They're out and about. Alright, so we're not too bad for tiredness. So let's grab cargo after we turn on the radio. Alright. The state of things. How about that, eh? Sounds like as good a choice as any, eh? Alright. Job market. William, thank you for liking. And Brett, thank you so much. Super appreciated. Getting things going here. You know, we just started. Joey's in the house. Hello, Joey. So what do we got? Helsinki has some computer processors. Has some medical equipment. Let's do the medical equipment. I think computer processors would be okay too, but it's only like $1 more. You know? Good, thank you, Sean. How are you? Alright, where do we get this stuff from? Oh geez, it's 72 kilometers away. Is it not closer? Freight market. Guess we're closer to Lati there. Lati da. Kinda in between. Well, no, this is closer. Helsinki's definitely closer. How far is the computer processors? They're moving back to Missouri. 72 kilometers there. They're at the same place, eh? Alright. You know what? We gotta check. One thing here we gotta check. Moving sucks though, doesn't it? I mean, it's probably nice for you to go back to your hometown, but this one expires in an hour. That one expires. Oh, that's not the one we want though. The other one expires in 10 hours, so we'll do that one. There. Because I don't think I'll be able to get to the other one fast enough. Oh crap. Oh, that was close. But what about all your stuff? Do you just gotta hire a moving truck or what? I can put on my American truck simulator. We could move your stuff. I don't know if is Missouri in this game. In American truck. Nor, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. Not on the map. I'm afraid you're out of luck. You shipped via UPS. That's it? 380 bucks? That's not bad. Unless there's like 2 items or some crap. One day it will be a DLC. There you go, eh? One day hopefully my province will be a DLC too, eh? Maybe it'll be Euro Truck Simulator 3 DLC or something. Alright, let's get this cargo picked up 65 kilometers away. Funny, sometimes the lights stay on for the wheel and sometimes they don't. It was on the whole time until just now. I tell ya. Green light, let's go. No damage, that's right. Hello Kristen, how are you today? Alright. That was a good, I've actually been having pretty good goes, I think, more or less. A little bit of damage here and there, but nothing big overly damaging lately. Probably due for a good one, I'm sure. Alright. So, happy Monday, everybody. This is my last vacation day, so I'm back to work tomorrow. Which means, you know, I'm still playing at the same time. I just don't go till, you know, 2 a.m. or whatever it is. Looking forward to watching the show. Well, I'm always looking forward to everybody hanging out. It's always nice. Did I miss a turn? I don't know. It wants me to go that way, I guess. There we go. $32 kilometers to go get the medical equipment that we're picking up. Started a couple minutes late. And I had to get from underneath the steering wheel. It takes a minute or two to reset that up. Chris, thank you for liking. You know, this thing's heavy, eh? It's down, it's on, it's heavy. Doesn't move at all. You gotta use the muscles. Fire Devil, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. So at the end of last session, I bought 11 drivers, I think, 11 trucks. And so we've greatly expanded operations. Once again, we're up to 148 drivers, including my own guy. Boot business is booming. And watch that money roll up the rim to win. There we go, guys. Hey, remember to turn the music on. I mean, that's awesome, isn't it? Awesome free Facebook music. I've been adding some stuff to my YouTube. Starting to pull the archives of my old streams, my old Facebook streams up onto there because they're getting deleted from here. Facebook, ah, crap. $400 ticket. Facebook gave the word that, you know, they're basically gonna only allow, I don't remember how much time, but it's a little bit longer for partners than other people, but it's still a limited amount of time to where it stays up because, you know, after a while nobody really watches them. Although they do once in a while, but I guess they don't want to spend the space essentially, which YouTube does. So I'll throw them up on YouTube. And if somebody wants to watch my old stream, you can see the oldest streams there. Many years ago. All the Mixer streams, all the Twitch. I didn't do that many Twitch, but there's enough of them. This is up here. All right. Eventually, you'll be able to see all the Facebook streams too. Even this one. Although you're watching it live right now. Although I guess if you're watching the video in the future, welcome to the future. Alright, so let's grab this. I guess we did make it on time for the other ones. Where were they going again? Down to Sweden? Well, I mean, since we made it on time, let's grab the computer processors then. I didn't think I'd make it, but we did. What kind of microphone? It's one of those blue Yetis. Sweet little cherry pie. Does it sound okay? Do I sound sweet and melodious? Is that the word? Relaxing. You're just about to ask Yeti. Well, that's awesome if it sounds good.
What a wonderful day for Canada, and therefore, of course, the world.
There we go, eh? Testing something out there, eh? Alright. Did you guys hear that by chance? Did that work? Ashish, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. Alright, where are we going anyway? Left. Oh, we got stars for Star! Much appreciated. Thank you, John. You're probably my star leader or something now, eh? I don't know what the star leaders are actually, but you gotta be up there. Everyone's a star leader on a star base. Alright. Get going, cars. We don't have all day to get this medical equipment there. Hopefully I don't have to sleep by the time I hit that ferry. That'll work out well. We'll hurry. There's a police car. We won't hurry that much. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I was just testing something there earlier. I don't know if that confused you guys. Alright. Red light. Guess I should be over in the other lane, eh? Alright guys, let's go! Every car in the world is in that lane now. Yod, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. Like the music? Good music, you can get it for free on Facebook Gaming. Red light. There we go, we got it. Look at this slow car. There's lots of slow cars in front of me this time. Holy crap, man. Every time I'm in a hurry. I'm gonna get a red light ticket. I guess we're okay for the red light ticket. I was just experimenting with something, Yod. It was excellent. Aston, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. Look at this car. Get out of here. There we go.
What a wonderful day for Canada, and therefore, of course, the world.
You know the problem with doing that sound effect? Switches windows on me. Which way was I supposed to go? Oh crap. Guess maybe I was supposed to go this way anyway, right? So when you switch windows live from a trucking game, there we go. Did you guys actually hear the sound effect? What the crap, dudes? It'd be like 10 circles here now. My guy went flying out of control. Note to self, pause game. Then push sound effect. Okay, what are we doing here? Holy crap. Having a good time loop to loop in here, that's for sure. What exactly is our route here? Oh, okay, we're going the right direction, looks like. Feels like we should have probably turned the other way before or something, eh? Well, we're gonna get there. Hopefully we won't be asleep. A $200 ticket. Worth it. I don't even know where that police car was, man. Hey, Matthews has leveled up. Nice. Too bad I can't name drivers after you guys, eh? That'd be pretty cool. Yod the demigod, the truck driver. You know, that guy was nice, eh? Just merged right in, didn't care. We gotta make up lost time for that weird loop-de-loops I was doing there. Alright, you guys, here we go. Walter's in the house. Thank you for liking. Much appreciated. Hopefully we can get that ferry before guy falls asleep though. We're getting places though. We're cruising. By the way, if you're new, don't forget to hit that follow button. Hit that like, hit that share if you can, guys. Tag somebody if you want. Help the community grow. Get everybody aboard the starship. All right. There we go. Made 11 grand from a driver down there. We're speeding a little bit just so we can hopefully make it without sleeping. So far, one ticket, but wasn't a bad one. Gotta watch for the police department. Although I don't think they give you a ticket too much when you're 10 over, but if you're going 20 over like right now, that'd be probably a good ticket. I think that they give you a little bit of a leeway, I think. Oh, come on, dude, really? Alright. We got a right turn coming up, eh? Let's get over. Up a little early there, eh? I think I got a strong engine. Oh. Went a little bit wide there. That almost connected with the pole. All right. We're driving past something. So I was reading the SCS blog today, and I guess they have a team reworking California now. So that's probably pretty exciting for the Californians out there, because it'll make it look a lot more accurate and stuff like that, because they're raising it to the current standards of how they release DLCs. Like you can see the DLC for Iberia, for example, is a lot more thorough than some of the other places, you know. Like, for example, Oakland's a gas station currently in American Truck Driver, or Simulator, I mean. And so they're gonna make these places all look nicer and have some more, things that, will make it feel a little bit more on target, I guess. I'm sure it's cool, but it'd be cooler is the objective. And these computer processors, we gotta get them going. People want to do the Bitcoin mining. I guess those would be GPUs, but they need this stuff for that. They need their new computers for Bitcoin mining or whatever they do with it. All right, Green lights, we're making it. Allie, thank you for following. Much appreciated. Yeah, if you guys are excited about that California update, that's pretty awesome, eh? That's one of their first releases on that game. Looks like we should be okay to make it to the ferry anyway. Up there. There we go. Smooth as silk. Silk's pretty smooth, I think. Can't admire the sights because these cars are driving too slow here, eh? I'm right. We're gonna go here, we're gonna go left, we're gonna go right, we're gonna go across on the boat. You've heard it all before. You should slow down, we're driving like a crazy maniac here. There we go, no more crazy maniacing. We're off to Sweden. Alright, nighttime though. Make sure our lights are on, eh? Alright, so we're going this way, going that way, we're going every way. I think we're going right to this building. Now, we just gotta gas up at some point. We're recharged for a rest though. That's a positive thing. 7 hours, 23 minutes. We should be able to get there without sleeping. Unless we mess it up somehow. Really badly. But I almost felt like the interior light was on. It was so bright in the vehicle, eh? Alright, very nice night. Driving in the dark. Oh, we better settle down a bit. It's 50 here. Phew. These computer processors. Yaw, do you need a computer processor? Alright, that was interpretive. Hope you enjoyed the interpretive head dance. Yes, indeed. That's the only place you're going to get an interpretive head dance. Well, maybe some other streamers might do it. Maybe they might copy me, you know? but it's never as good as the original. The interpretive head dance takes years of study. You know, it's like for one of my midterms I had to juggle. And you could bet the person copying didn't do that for their midterm at some point. Well, I guess they could have if they were in my class or something, but you know, very unlikely. That would be a weird set of circumstances, eh? Unless I knew them or something. Eh? All sorts of lines crossing to make that happen. Like that Sliding Doors movie or the Butterfly Effect. You know, how your path, one thing has to happen for another thing to happen to another thing. And then bang, that's where you are. You didn't make that one mundane choice 20 years ago or whatever. You might not be where you are today. You had bought that Bitcoin or that stock when you said that you should buy one. You might not be here today doing what you're doing. That one dude that bought a pizza with his Bitcoin could have had $50 million if he held on to it. Instead, he had a pizza. Fair trade, I guess. Must have been a good pizza, eh? Oh. He probably even had leftover pizza. And if he didn't have pizza the first day, he wouldn't have had leftover pizza the second day. Or if he was like really hungry, he might not have, I guess. The choices, man, the choices are out there. La 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 la. There you go. Those guys. I hope they get a penny every time someone plays their song. Because they would have at least made a dime from my stream. Right. I'm going over here. Stockholm. We're passing Stockholm, everybody. Wave to Stockholm. We're just gonna drive by. Another day of that question mark being not discovered. Alright, another interpretive head downs for you. Whoa. That could have been crashy. Oh, missed. There we go. We got her at 80, I think. Oh, missed it, I guess. And sometimes setting that cruise control, eh? You know? This is the Strong Like a Statue song. See? I know my song. Know my songs and playing here. Not my song, as in I didn't write it. And I wouldn't be singing about no statue. Be like, strong like a maple syrup. Going here, guys. What's going on here? I should just gas up, eh? Screw you, traffic. I'm gassing up. Where's the gas pump? Let's try the sound effect again. You guys ready? It'll be when we successfully gas up.
What a wonderful day for Canada, and therefore, of course, the world.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah. I was just experimenting with my keyboard. There's like these G keys, and I keep resetting the darn thing because it was assigned to F5, to G5. So I changed the G5 to play a little sound effect. So I hope you guys like that sound effect from South Park. Talks about Canada. That's always a positive thing, right? You're a big Canada fan, at least. Yeah, Jekka Cure, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. Cops got somebody over there, guys. All right. I bet you can't believe it, but there's 245 kilometers to go on this trip, and then we're going to be delivering the computer processors. Greetings from the Philippines. How am I doing? I'm doing good, thank you. How are you? DJ, thank you for sharing the stream. Much appreciated. What time is it for you right now? It is 7:44 here. PM. We are driving computer processors. Wish me luck out of my flight Wednesday. I hope your flight goes well. John, that would be awesome. You know, you don't want to have a bad flight by any means. Make sure you be careful. You know, there's lots of COVID in the planes, so, you know, try to wear your mask when you can. I don't know if it's required there still or not, but I personally wouldn't take any chances yet. You've been gone for a while now, yeah? We were wondering where you went. Glad you're okay. Stream is extremely great. You love watching this game. It's already 10 a.m. there. Nice. Well, thank you for being here. Yeah, you know, Kobe, I always look forward to seeing if you coming in to answer the poll. You know, good question today, I think, eh? Really busy? Well, it's understandable. Now you finally get to watch. Yeah, life comes first, right? Sean's gonna be on a plane here right away. That's he's moving. Man, you know that you got a good price for spending your stuff though. I sent Christmas presents to my relatives the province over and it cost me $60. I don't have UPS here, it's like Canada Post, but that sounds like a good deal. A good deal for me. I'm not referring to me, but my dad doesn't change oil by himself. He goes to a car service. Oh, there you go. Well, that's close enough, you know. I mean, you know, you can really answer it however you want. You know, if you're using the car or something or whatever, and it's time to oil change, you probably go to a service then, most likely, I'd imagine. Or, you know, for you might qualify that that relative option, you know, because although he doesn't do it himself, so it's technically not the relative, I guess. But you know what it gets confusing is when your relative's a mechanic and you get the mechanic to change it in his shop that's a relative mechanic. I didn't have that option. I didn't think very many people would pick that. I mean, with any poll, just like real life, there's always some variance, right, as to how people interpret it. All right. You don't have any mechanics in your family and relatives. Oh, there you go. That's not an option then. I don't think I have any either, to be honest, but or not ones that are anywhere near me. I've been going to a place called the Great Canadian Oil Change. As you can imagine, that's a Canadian chain. A Great Canadian Oil Change. It's our duty to your car. I think that's how their little jingle goes. I don't know how far out of BC that chain extends, but I think there's a few of them around, eh? Slow down. You have to go to class in 10 minutes? Alright, well, it's what you gotta do is you gotta do, right? Nice that you're able to stop in at all. Hope your class goes well and all that good stuff, you know? Learning lots. Driving the big rigs to bring the computer processors in. If you need a computer processor, you know where to get one. The end of this virtual trip. Virtual computer processors for everyone. Alright. I go the speed limit. I guess we're only going 82, so I mean that's not bad, right? You hate school, to be honest. Teach the same thing to all the students with different goals and talents. There's some things to be said though about some of the things that even if they're teaching classes they don't like, sometimes they come in handy. You know, like with this pandemic stuff, you know, there's a lot of kids that obviously didn't do well in science because you know, trying to understand, you know, like how some of that stuff works. That's where that science skills would have come in handy for a lot of people. You know, because grasping some of the, you know, how some of that stuff worked, you know, it took a little thinking. You know, all that stuff like how these RNA and stuff, viruses, or not viruses, vaccines work. You know, it goes here and then goes there and does this. Stuff like that. It's pretty fascinating they could think of that. But you know, if you sucked in science, man, I think it'd be tough to understand. I guess it doesn't matter if you totally understand it, as long as you know what the end result is, I suppose. I think one thing they should really teach in school though is like media literacy. You know, really, so that, you know, people don't believe everything they see. You know, they know how to interpret stuff so that they can think for themselves. You know, I don't know if media literacy is the exact right term for that, but I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt to, in the world of the internet, to be more fluent as possible. Rip, thank you for liking, much appreciated. You have those in the first semester, now it's gone. Oh, there you go. But you know, like, for example, when Facebook gives me an ad, they don't give me an ad very much, but once in a while they'll throw an ad my way, and then people, you know, they have no clue. Some people have no clue, and they're responding like it's a personal thing to them, you know. You mean it's done, not gone? Oh, there you go. I probably figured that's what you meant. $58 kilometers to go. We're going to deliver in the computer processors. Trip is just in time. You know, we're following a police car the whole way. That's pleasant. Better stop at the stoplight, eh? Holy long red light. Did the interior change? This is a Volvo I'm in right now. I was driving a Scania earlier in the game. So you might be thinking of the Scania. But I've been driving this Volvo for a bit. I mean, what's the kilometers on it? 36955. So I've been driving it for, you know, 36,000 kilometers now, 37,000. I think I don't know if I drove that other one 100,000. Neat, and thank you for liking, much appreciated. I was gonna be curious because this one's 750 horsepower. The Scania was 730 horsepower. I don't think it actually makes a ton of difference, but you know, that's how it goes. You have to go to class now. See ya in the next stream, hopefully. Well, thank you for coming by, and have a good class. Alright, you guys, 25 kilometers to go. We are driving the narrowest little lane here. I don't know what's up with that. But as long as we're careful, we'll be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. And all the cars parked at IKEA here. Aka, so they don't have the copyright or whatever. We'll right here at the red light. Oh, my car's rolling forward, never mind. We'll wait up here. Smooth as a smooth beach. Don't you hate that when you're behind somebody that leaves their signal light on for like 3 or 4 kilometers? You know, it's annoying as crap. You see their little light flashing, flicking away, and you wonder why they're not, you know, clicking it back off again. You know, it's almost like they forgot something, right? You know, you're wondering if they're actually turning here when they signaling to turn. That guy's cleaning the window. It's nice and tidy, eh? Where do they want it? Over there? Okay, we can do that. Oh crap, what a hit. I'd say it's something, eh? Oh, right into the fence. Tough fence, eh? Look at that, perfect. Excellent.
What a wonderful day for Canada, and therefore, of course, the world.
All right. We're almost at level 58. We can haul the soy milk, pet food, truck rims. Kind of unrelated objects, eh? How tired's our guy? Pretty tired. Maybe I should cruise over, get some truck repairs and rest, and then we'll look and see what kind of jobs are there. See if there's anything better than soy milk here. I mean, that wasn't bad paying. There we go. So on the sidewalk, Shavam, thank you for following. Is this where the repairs are? Oh, I guess we need more repairs now. Drive into the cement barrier. I got a dent shaped like the front of your guys' establishment. It's not a repair thing. Oh, we can't get over there. These guys wanted to see me spin around in circles, eh? Funny they have them separated. Yeah. If you haven't followed yet, please do so. It'd be awesome if you did. Stream every day at 7 o'clock, variety streamer. It'd be awesome to see you come back and see what I'm doing. Lots of this lately, but I mean it changes. Could be anything. One of these ones have the big red. Kerosene. Driller. Soy milk. Guess we'll do the kerosene, eh? They need some kerosene. We got them covered. Six kilometers away. Probably go to this view. We're just out of town here. Hang it right. Alright guys. Amazing it is we went right here. We're going to be going right again. And every red light. We haven't had any toll booths yet today though. I figure, you know, I named stream after toll booths because we hit 1,000 toll booths usually. But we've been lucky. You know, everybody loves toll booths. Nothing like paying every 5 minutes at a toll booth, right? Oh, geez. We just got repaired too, you jerk. It did me like $6,000 or $7,000 damage, it looks like. And, oh man. I feel ripped. Got my car all maintained and paint buffed and interior washed probably. Let's go there, truck. Jeez. Boy, lots of water here though. There you go. We got places to be. We can't sit behind you, slowpoke. Open up. I guess they're not opening up. We gotta go in here. There we go. We found it. I'm sure they're gonna trust me now. Run into their gate. We're not reckless. We gotta watch out for that dude though. The guy's standing there so we can open the gates for us, eh? I don't want to stay home tonight. God, we got 18-hour drive. Oh crap. Well, it's not 18-hour drive. There's a ferry in between. So, you know, we'll be okay. Pretty nice area here, though. Got lots of water. Like a weird building over there. Some sort of airport maybe over here. Tower or something. Right. We're gonna head right. Lucky no train, eh? There's flip in here and get repaired since that car practically wrecked me. Nearly killed me. You're like, you're back already, dude? But yeah, there's a car. It's probably one of their workers on the way to work. Alright, guys. Now that we're repaired, how long do you think it'll take for us to get smacked up again? Probably not too long, I imagine. Got the kerosene though. Better be careful. We don't want like kerosene catching on fire or something. Cause that would suck. I wonder if we drove through the bush if we'd get a red light ticket, eh? Alright, you guys. We're getting places. Only 880 kilometers to go now. You know it. But like I said, ferry drive coming up. Gotta stay hydrated, you know. Drink lots of water, it's good for you. What they say anyway, the water people can sell you water. Here's the TikTok song. TikTok. Be careful here, man. If that trailer catches those things, man, I'm wrecked. Dude, we made it through there, man. We're driving 20 over. We're faster than the speed of light here. Not anymore. Guntherza, thank you for following. Much appreciated. All right. Now we got a lineup of trucks. Okay, the speed limit's 50 here. Bench, thank you for liking, much appreciated. Guess we better stay on this side. Gonna pass, and then I saw there's these barriers here. Alright, everybody, here we go. Time for us to get to there. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Highway. That's right. We are on the highway. Delivering all the good stuff today. Kerosene in this case. How am I doing? I'm doing good, thank you. I hope you're doing well yourself. Man, I can't believe that I got kerosene transport, you know? We gotta play safe. I wanna run into a flammable truck. With a kerosene truck when we're flammable ourselves, it'd be flammables everywhere. Driving like NASCAR here. Alright. Here we go. Oh, I bet you guys are nervous that I was gonna hit Wilnet's transport here. We're not gonna hit Wilnet though. We're gonna pass them. We're gonna have two trucks full of flammable materials side by side on a double solid line. It's a good idea. Gotta go past this. Is this a cement truck? That's solid, man. What kind of truck it is? I think there's no cars coming though. We made it. I'm still alive. At first I was petrified. Now I'm in outer space. Don't know the words in any particular order, so you know it's bad. They're gonna bust me for DMCA because I can't see it properly. Gotta be careful in the skinny lane though. We're getting places though. Look at these rocks. Alright guys. Kick back and we'll tell a tale of a fateful trip. Oh, we got a turn, eh? Look at that for a turn. Holy camoly. So watch this, see if we can recreate the action. Be right back soon. Alright. Oh, we did it. Didn't even get hit. Should have looked first, but you know it. Harry has a flag. You see that? That's pretty cool. Or icon. Right. Oh crap, speeding ticket. Where was he? Must have been a phantom ghost car. Phantom menace. Thank you for liking, Carrie. Much appreciated. Super awesome of you. All them likes always help you guys. Thank you so much. And if you're new, by the way, don't forget to hit that follow button. Thumbs up. And remember the old days when the cars were just like squares with a dot for a tire? You're awesome too. Thank you so much. The pole position or whatever those games are called back in the day. I think games have come a little bit since then. I'm gonna catch this bus. Oh crap. Those that jumped over the bus. Fortunately things stayed under control because a thing full of kerosene hitting a bus full of people is not a good thing. Vegan land. Oh crap, I hit the bus. I don't think they even charged me, did they? Of course, you know, I just got repairs. Now I gotta get repairs again. Did the head roll exercise here. Alright, you guys. This is called amazing time right now. Because we're gonna be amazingly fast. For about 15 hours, there's no way we'll make it without sleeping, but make some ground up at least. Yeah. That'd be good. Oh crap. $760 ticket. $666 kilometers to go. We're making good ground, though, I tell ya. Happy Monday night, everybody. Monday. Somebody has the case of the Mondays. The end of my vacation. Sadly, I get to not have new vacation until next month available to me. But, you know, we get that long weekend. That's alright. It'll be the May long weekend. And then plenty of work time. Getting things done. We're speeding. Make up a little bit of time, you know. Probably shouldn't speed, but it's only 10 over, really. What's 10 kilometers, right? Watch, I'll drive with my eyes closed for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, good thing I counted fast. That was amazing. I bet you thought I was gonna eat it. Just eat it, eat it, eat it. That big bridge above me. Nothing. Yeah, it's a bridge. Making good ground, eh? Really, car? Come on. Keep going. Attached to my gear shifter thingy. Everybody's like, what the crap, dude? Alright. Go to the right. Gotta go up and around. After all that honking. Now we're gonna go left. There's a car coming though. We gotta go right. To the left, left, and to the right, right. Make that turn, eh, Janie? Thank you for liking, much appreciated. Awesome. Bob, the driver, leveled up. His name is Robert Paulson. Looks like we made it to the ferry. Sweet ferry time. No, to the words of Sweet Caroline. Sweet ferry time. Oh, oh, oh. We just passed the PD there, you see that? Police department. There's a couple people out in front of the house here. Ah, crap, the guy nailed us. Alright, that probably wasn't my fault. Sounds like 70s music. It's a Facebook free music collection. It does kind of sound a little bit 70ish, this song, but I just picked a whole pile of random stuff from the Facebook music collection. You know, so that we got something playing on our truck radio, but not stuff that's gonna get the stream in trouble. While partners can play normal music too, there's still that chance of something that's not licensed properly. Margot, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. I gotta check my route first here so I know which one to take. We're going to Ventspil. You know what happens when you go to Ventspil, guys?
What a wonderful day for Canada, and therefore, of course, the world.
There we go. A wonderful day for Canada. Mukesh, thank you for liking. There's some Canadian stuff right there. Never been. I've never been to Ventspil either. I just figured it was a good way to incorporate my soundbite that I programmed onto my keyboard today. Can't do it while I'm driving though, because it like my car keeps driving. I can't control it, and then before we know it, we're in the lake or the sea or whatever the heck. But this is what Ventspils looks like. Fabulous. Alright, you guys. We're going over here. We're going over there. We're going everywhere. By the way, if you're new, don't forget to hit that follow button. Exclamation notify to be alerted when I go live. Oh. Looked the wrong way. It made a loud noise. Pretty nice little community. You got here. Oh, let's go, buddy. There we go. We don't want to get a red light ticket because you're so slow. Got kerosene to get places. Well, Hammond, thank you for following. Much appreciated. Alright, you guys. We're getting places. Now, you know what we have to do, William? We'll have to go to Ventsville one day. Do it if it looks like this in real life. I'm in Western Canada, so, you know, I might be farther away than you. But one day. Unless you're farther west, you'll probably get there first. It probably wasn't a great way to do that turn. Got to do the scenic route in a way, didn't we? Margot's getting a wheel, you know that? Hopefully it'll come in soon. Then you'll have to give us a report on, or at least a couple words on whether it's good or not. The good wheel, bad wheel, great wheel, superb wheel, fantastic. And then you put your name behind it, you know, in case the wheel company wants to use your review. There we go, guys. We're going to turn right. Up here, we didn't have to sleep because we made it to the ferry. You've been to Penticton, BC, Vancouver, BC, and Apex, BC. Nice. I saw Jerry Seinfeld perform in Penticton, BC. You know, from the show Seinfeld. He's like, one of his opening lines was, you know, all these years of touring. You know, in the Jerry Seinfeld voice, of course, not mine. All these years of touring, I've been, you know, saying I wanted to come to Penticton and do a show. You know, to impress all the people there, I guess. Women are good looking there in the summer. Oh, that's good, I guess, eh? But not in the winter? Although I think Jerry's joke was basically because Penticton's kind of a small place. And because he was going on about how he's toured in, you know, in all these giant cities. And, you know, he was giving examples of all these cities. And then he put in Penticton in there. Shannon, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. You'll be lucky this summer. There'll be lots of people wanting to get onto the beaches and stuff. Probably, eh? You're getting flirted with all over Canada because of your Texas accent. There you go, eh? You like that David Lee Roth singing that Just a Gigolo song? Or no, the California Girl song. The Northern girls are hip and you need another part of Euro Truck Sim. Which part you gonna go for next? Just a Gigolo. Yeah, I remember that David Lee Roth album. He did Just a Gigolo and he did California Girls on it. And Dave TV. You haven't watched the video for that. It's on YouTube. Man, that guy was quite the performer. And you know Van Halen? The only reason they took David Lee Roth is because he had equipment. You know, like band equipment. And they needed the band equipment, so they said, okay, you can be our singer. Then he turned out to be like a legend, essentially, in rock. I watched him talk on Joe Rogan recently. Joe Rogan's a Texan now, you know that? He moved down to Texas. He was going to buy a bunch of his friends' houses. You're just chilling and partying with them. Didn't act cocky like most Americans, so that's why they liked you. There you go. That's always a good thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice area over there. The concert, I don't know if you remember Penticton that well, but it was like in a arena towards the middle of town where Jerry performed. I haven't actually seen a lot of stand-up comedians live. But when I do pick a good one, I think. Do you talk like that guy with the big mustache that does the Chev commercials? I don't know what the guy's name is, but got that deep voice. What's my PC specs? I'm over spec to play this game. Like I've got a pretty good computer, but this game is from 2012, so I'm sure most computers that are newish should be able to have no problem running it at full, probably. Remember the mall on the main road leaving to Vancouver? Did you drive to Vancouver from there? Oh crap, I got a red light ticket. Got the remastered version. Oh, there you go. 20Q6. I'm not really sure what that is, but does the job, man. That's the main thing, right? What's that guy carrying, eh? Oh, you drove from Seattle. Nice. Yeah, that'd be an okay drive, I think, eh? Probably went over the Coquihalla then. 176 kilometers to go, guys. Getting a lot of red light tickets this trip. Alright, guy. Speed up a bit. Alright. Near the way for the Winter Olympics at a ski resort. My next door neighbor were Russian cross-country ski team, and across was the French snowboarding team and Italian ski team. Holy cow. Like your own little world village there, eh? And man, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. You didn't get to drive the Coquihalla in the winter, did you? That road's ugly in the winter. I figured you were going to Penticton in the summer. Yeah, that road's not too bad in the summer, but in the winter it gets kind of ugly. Oh, you had four-wheel drive? It's still not a pleasant road, though. There's lots of four-wheel drives in the ditch on that road on a regular basis. Even experienced semi-drivers and everything. I was driving on the Coquihalla one time and I could see in my rearview mirror a truck started spinning and these sparks flying off their front end as they dragged the rail. I think people even get more speed if they're, you know, they get that confidence of the four-wheel drive, but you know, you gotta really be careful because there's so much ice on that road. $138 kilometers to go. Obviously you made it though, that's the main thing. Hopefully the weather wasn't too bad when you were driving it. It was really bad when I was on it though, when that car was spinning behind me. Or it was like probably an SUV, but Delay, thank you for liking, much appreciated. Oh crap. Oh geez, that was a lot of damage too. We all partied even though we couldn't speak each other's languages, but we had fun. We drove each other back to our cabins up the mountain because it's tough to walk back around or after been drinking. Oh, okay. So was that, you were at the Olympics, was that at Whistler then, I guess? I think they had it at Whistler, didn't they? Or did they use multiple ski hills? I think Whistler was the big one when it was in BC. I got to see some cool events too, eh? They had a draw for tickets and stuff like that, and a coworker of mine had won hockey tickets. for the gold medal game, and he sold them for like $1,000. Hope I don't get dinged for too much for the trailer damage. I ran over a car basically since I was passing, and he nailed right into me. No Vancouver. Oh, okay. And the Americans beat the Canadians? Yeah, that happens every once in a while. Canada and the States both have pretty good hockey teams. Oh crap, this guy's gonna nail me too. No merge lane for him, eh? Mick Dad, thank you for liking, much appreciated. Kind of a rough ride here, guys, eh? People switching into my lane keep nailing me and costing me money. $60 kilometers to go, though. Make sure we go the right way here. It looks like they want us to go to the left. U-turn, eh? Guess that's what it's intended for, eh? You'd go back? Well, it's good that you had fun. Have you been to any other parts of Canada, or just mostly BC? Usually it's the other way around, actually. Most people go to Ontario. You make poutine sometimes? Nice. Gotta have the poutine. Stock up on the maple syrup and have the poutine. Excuse me. Just BC, oh okay. Never had it with maple syrup. Yeah, I don't put maple syrup in poutine very often. Oh geez, I put the gas instead of brake. There we go. Yeah. Some of the poutineries will put all sorts of things in it though. Excuse me. I had turkey dinner poutine one time. That was pretty good. It had the gravy, fries, and cheese curds and that, and then it had like turkey, and it had stuffing, and it had like what is it, the cranberry stuff and all that. All sorts of stuff in it, man. Good day, got. I think we discovered Mazike. Moose poutine. I've never had moose poutine, but that'd probably be good. I've had donair poutine. You know, it's like almost like all the ingredients of a donair. I've had pierogi poutine, where you know, they have pierogies in it and sour cream and onion and whatever, that, you know, that kind of stuff. You want beef poutine? There you go. Any poutine you can get's good. Montreal smoked beef poutine, that's good stuff. I had a nice poutineery in my city, but now they moved back to Quebec. Well, the other places still make pretty good poutine, but it's not as specifically a poutineery. Lobster poutine. I'm sure that's out there. Although you gotta try poutine first, before you have like those exotic ones like that. Yeah, that turkey dinner poutine I had was just something they had around Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving and Christmas. Nope. The wrong way by accident there. Straight arrow. There we go, close enough. Good work! Because we got hit by that guy. He wrecked my trailer. Cost us $1,900, jerkish.
What a wonderful day for Canada, and therefore, of course, the world.
Yeah, there we go, eh? What else these guys got? Anything good? Gasoline! Alright. We'll take that, I guess, eh? Drop the kerosene off and grab the gasoline. First time you noticed good work? Yeah, it's because somebody cranked into my trailer. I couldn't avoid them. What does A mean? I don't know, I just think people just say it at the end of the sentences. Probably like, yeah, I guess. You're back? Welcome back, Gary. Yeah, if you said good day, yeah. I guess that works. let's go. The gasoline here, gotta get her going. You watch Strange Brew a lot, eh? Strange Brew is a fine Canadian classic. The old Mackenzie brothers, eh? Have you ever seen that movie, William? Strange Brew? It's about the Mackenzie brothers trying to scam some free beer. Next cargo pickup is taking Justin Trudeau on a wild adventure in a trailer. There we go, and he could plank. You hope they make it. They're not likely to make another sequel, to be honest. God, that movie's very long ago, and those guys, you know, they don't really do those roles anymore because they're like 70-year-olds. You know, they're old dudes. I guess they could they could if they wanted to, but Rick Moranis, the guy that plays Bob, he doesn't even really act anymore. He stopped acting when he was in his prime. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Well, he was very famous from that. And Ghostbusters. But he stopped acting when his wife died so he could take care of his kids. And then he didn't really... You know, he's done a couple little minor appearances here and there, but... You know, he never really got back into it. He just lived off of his earnings and took care of his family. Not too many people do that, you know. I think they did. He did do Bob Mackenzie once with Rick Moranis, or with Dave Thomas, for some charity thing, and that was it. Yeah, he got punched. Yeah, right out in front of his apartment. Somebody just turned around and punched him right in the face. And that's like, you know, who does that? Is that 70-year-old man, you randomly punch him? Hey, what's up with that? Probably didn't even know who Rick Moranis was, but still, you know. Probably ran his mouth off. I don't know, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that does that, though. That's the only thing. I think it was just, from what I read, it was a random attack. You know, so maybe the guy was just having like a bad day and he happened to be there. But I suppose that's possible, but even the video that I saw of it, it just looked totally random. But because I mean, you know, and you never know, but he doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that, you know, probably is a real jerk, you know. Because you can kind of sense it for some of them. Like if it was William Shatner, you know, it'd be less surprising. But Rick Moranis has had a good guy reputation for many, many years. Like I said, he quit acting in his prime just to take care of his family and stuff. So, but you know, who knows? We'll never know the full story, right? But in the video, it looked like he was minding his own business. And then the guy just turned around and cranked him. That would be a chalupa with my dog. Well, you just ate a chalupa with your dog and she tried to eat all the beef. It'd be a wonderful way to start your day off, eh? You walk outside happy and then get punched in the face. Yeah, no doubt, eh? They caught the person though, as far as I understand. Yeah, and it was right around his building too, like it's right where he lives, so. Maybe somebody didn't like Ghostbusters, eh? Yeah, there was video of him getting punched. You never saw that on the news? How much does your news get into that, Got? Like, does your news cover a lot of American stuff, or is it just big events, or is it? And you can, I'm sure you could look up Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis punched or something like that on Google, and you probably find it pretty quick. I'd have to look on Google myself. It's not like I keep a archive of crimes against actors or something like that. Yeah, that's his name. Rick Moranis. That's how you spell it. I just remember seeing the video. And I'm being kind of shocked at the time it happened. You know, you always see these actors' faces on there and they're old, so you're hoping they're not dead or something. Richard, thank you for liking, and Danny as well earlier. Well, yeah, if you didn't, you know, it's like weird. I could see it being news, you know, Americans seeing it. And, you know, it's going to get into Canadian news because Rick Moranis is a pretty significant Canadian actor. But I don't think it would get much beyond that, much coverage beyond that worldwide. You know? Like, I don't think Canadian news is going to cover, like, too much if some English actor in the UK got punched. He got laid out in the... Yeah, I guess, that thumbs her up pretty good. But, yeah, I'm glad he was okay. Although I did see that I think that guy that was like 100 years old in the UK that was walking back and forth in his yard, I think, didn't they say he died or something? Because he's kind of a celebrity. Or he got knighted. I don't know, dead or knighted. One of the two. Pretty far apart there, but I think it was he got knighted. That's what it was. So I guess you see some obscure stories like that sometimes. Well, I would just Google put in Google Rick Moranis punched, and I'm sure something will come up. I mean, it doesn't matter. You don't, you know, he's an old man getting punched. I mean, who wants to see that anyway? Clint, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. The Darkest Rain, thank you for liking. Good evening to you. You'll check it out later. The Green Street Hooligans, you like, eh? My favorite show from England or from the UK is Black Mirror. That's a good show. Almost like the Twilight Zone. Me and Got were talking about it before. I don't think Got likes it too much, but you know, it's can be challenging to follow at times. So each show is different. So there's shows that you might find you like better, and some that you might not like as much. Young Ones and Blackadder. I've seen Blackadder. I don't think I've seen the Young Ones. You haven't finished? You're gonna watch season 4 and 5? Oh, okay, well hopefully you'll like those ones. Look at the police, they're in my way. What's going on down here? Faulty Towers, I've seen that one. John Cleese. Just go around these guys. There we go. 5 hours. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it without sleeping, but we should check. How much time is left? 15 hours, so we're okay. We'll be able to sleep. We'll sleep at the next gas station that's convenient. You jump to Austin Powers, baby. Behave. Austin Powers isn't really an English show, though. I mean, it's based on some English things, but it's not really an English show. Vicus, thank you for liking, much appreciated. It's about an English spy, but it's played by a Canadian. The actor's Canadian. The villain's Canadian. The henchman is Canadian, because it's all the same dude. Get a balloon. Alright, you guys, we're getting there. We're getting everywhere. Got my red tires because I ran over something. Yeah, Mike Myers is a Canadian. He's from Toronto. He's a very proud Canadian, too. He does. Probably at points. I'm sure he does. Not all Canadians say A, though. That's more of a... Some regions more than others do it. Thank you for sharing. Much appreciated. Although, you know, like, you don't see Ryan Reynolds saying it a lot because, you know, he's busy acting, you know, they're trying to sound American. Where's the gas pumps? Oh, they're over there. One's the gas up, right? It's like how a lot of people say the Canadians say boot a lot. That's very regional. I'm good, thank you. I hope you're doing well. Happy Monday. It's Monday in fact for you still. And Keanu Reeves is Canadian too, you know. So all the good actors. Jim Carrey, he's Canadian. Chris Jericho. Don't even act Canadian. I didn't even know Chris Jericho was Canadian. Bret Hart was Canadian though. He's from Calgary. Bret Hart was the best there was, the best there is, the best there ever will be. I don't know if he said it because he was playing an American kid in that one. In Bill and Ted. Who is Bret Hart? He was a pro wrestler with the WWF back in the day. The excellence of execution. He wore a kind of a pink outfit. He was on the tag team, the Hart Foundation. He was like the champ a number of times. And he's part of the infamous Montreal screw job, which was when he was supposed to win the match, but the WWF told the ref to tap him out fast, so he got screwed over. Glenn, thank you for following. Not sure how to say the other person's name. X. Thank you for liking. Yeah, the Hart Foundation was pretty impressive. Bret Hart had a great wrestling career, except for that Montreal screw job. Because that's when he was kicked out, essentially. He was supposed to turn somebody over, I think, before he retired or something. And then they wound up tapping him out early for, you know, in a match he wasn't supposed to lose in Montreal. So it was in Canada, so he was supposed to win that one. But he's very famous. Bret Hart, Owen Hart, British Bulldog, Jim Neidhart. Yeah, the Hart Foundation, the direct tag team was Neidhart and him. But if they had four-man tag, I think that all four of them would be in it. They're all married to Hart girls too, the Neidhart and the British Bulldog. I got to see in a little small town in Alberta. I got to see from the Calgary Stampede came through. I got to see a few wrestlers wrestle for the Calgary Stampede, and among them were Owen Hart, Honky Tonk Wayne, who's later Honky Tonk Man, Chris Benoit, who else got big out of there? There's a couple other ones that were famous later too, but I'm trying to think of who they were now. I think the British Bulldog was in there too, but he wasn't called the British Bulldog. Can I post Bret Hart? I mean, you can look up Bret Hart. It's 2 T's for Bret. How did you spell Hart? H-A-R-T? H-A-R-T is how you spell Hart for that family name. Yeah, Davey Boy Smith. That's what he was called back then. Bret the Hitman Hart. That's right. You can get him on Cameo now. If you want him to tell you a birthday message. Yeah, that's how you spell it. I can't remember half the things that you asked me to post on Discord, so sometimes things like that you might have to Google right away. Sometimes I remember, but Cameo is just like this service where you can pay $50 or sometimes more for a celebrity to record a personal video message, so you can get sweet chin music. I don't remember if Bret Hart, I don't remember him having any facial hair actually. Yeah, I probably figured you were trying to spell the other Hart, but specifically the Hart family is H-A-R-T. Oh crap, we're gonna get a red light. Yeah. Bret Hart had really long hair. Really long curly black hair at the time. But he was a real classic wrestler though. He was super talented. I liked him, and I liked Mr. Perfect from that era. Oh, the kick to the chin, that was Shawn Michaels, I think. Bret Hart did a like a kind of a camel clutch kind of, no, like, you know, where I think it's a camel clutch kind of move, I think, to finish people, if I remember right. It was like a submission move where he kind of bent them backwards. The Ric Flair, Chris Benoit, Arn Anderson, and Ole Anderson. Oh. Shawn Michaels, yeah. Shawn Michaels was really a talented, technical, like a very athletic wrestler too. I guess those kind of wrestlers were, you know, where they called technicians or whatever. They're like really super athletic and like super high skilled wrestlers, whereas some of the wrestlers, like, you know, were just big dudes that were kind of slow. So you get all the aerial moves and stuff like that from those guys. That's why I liked Mr. Perfect as well. Mr. Perfect was a really good technical wrestler too. Rey Mysterio Jr., hey, yep. They used to have a wrestling cartoon too. Shawn Michaels looks rough. Yeah, I think that it's a hard on the body career. Lots of those guys died young too. And thank you for liking. Like you know, there's not a lot of wrestlers that live to be really, really old. I think they're really tough on their bodies, and the steroids and stuff like that, you know, gets ya. Stone Cold looks tough. Yeah, it's probably. I think it's probably not as bad compared to the olden days, though. I think they were really steroided up back in the past compared to even Stone Cold's era, because he's a bit later. Hey, Jackson. Why did they die young? I think it's just because they, you know, they're on these really hard regiments of things. They're constantly, a lot of them are doing steroids big time, so that they're super muscly, and then they're like, you know, doing this hard work on their bodies every day, throwing their bodies around and stuff like that. It's got to catch up to you, you know. Very hard physical. Yeah, throw you off a 30-foot steel cage onto a table, and you know, it kind of bangs you up, takes the toll. So it's kind of a combination of that hard physical stuff that they do, and of course lots of steroids too for the earlier ones anyway. I don't know if they do it as much these days. I think it's really under the table now. But watching some of them wrestling stories, I think it was expected in the past. And they're all independent contractors too, in the past at least, so that, you know, if they'd wind up playing, or they'd wind up wrestling injured and stuff like that, or they could lose their job essentially. Yeah, Mick Foley, eh? How about The Rock? I'm not sure. He's kind of later generation. Goldberg was huge. Ultimate Warrior probably did. Yeah, if The Rock did it, you know, he didn't do as much as those other guys did, that's for sure. Some of those guys were monsters, man. That's what happened with Chris Benoit too. He went crazy because of the steroids. Make a horn sound. Alright, here you go. Big name wrestlers are still around. Hey, Julian's here. Some of them are, but yeah, there's some of them aren't too, though. Dave Bautista. I wouldn't be surprised if he did some. Well, you know, they don't really make it they don't really usually make it clear if they did or didn't, but some of them admit it. But I think it was a common thing at one point. You know, it's just like when you talk about Saturday Night Live. Back in the day, there's, you know, lots and lots of drugs that those guys take too. Like they party and take lots of drugs. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. 2x4. Yeah, I remember him. What was that guy's name that eat the turnbuckles? George the Animal. Yeah, there's legal and illegal. They took even legal ones nowadays. It's taboo. I liked Roddy Piper back in the day. He was pretty cool. He had some good movies too. They Live was a pretty cool movie. Although, you know, guys like The Rock and stuff like that, they got out of it too, so it's not as hard of a lifestyle anymore, you know? You know, like, when, you know, you're doing that stuff, you're on tour 360 days of the year, banging up your body. That's hard on your body. And, you know, like there was somebody was saying too, the painkillers. You know, they wind up taking a lot of painkillers to keep going, right? Because, you know, they could lose their contract if they don't wrestle. So. You think he took it after wrestling? You know, The Rock actually, was I think he was on the Calgary Stampeders in the CFL. But I don't know if he wound up actually playing, but he was on the rosters. He would try it out for them, and then he got released after a bit. He actually mentions it in a wrestling appearance too, at one point. Faction was created in WWF. It was Kevin Nash and Razor. They went to WCW, created NWO, and that's how Wolfpack hand sign was made from WWF. Oh, okay. Yeah, Razor Ramon. And Ted DiBiase, I remember him. I dressed as Gold Dust one year for Halloween. I thought that'd make a good Halloween costume, so I put the together this gold outfit. I sewed in like 30 feet of feathers, got a big blonde wig, and did the gold paint. And that Halloween costume actually turned out really good, I thought. There's a guy at I went to the bar and won a prize, and the guy at the bar was dressed as the Undertaker even, and he recognized me right away because that was when the Undertaker was in a feud with Goldust. Oh God, I don't know if you noticed, but in that movies thing, you know how we were talking about Mike Patton's movie Firecracker? There's a preview for that movie in that section there already. Now that I think about it, because I saw it this afternoon. Mongo, he wore a Bears jacket and Super Bowl ring. I don't remember Mongo. I used to play play-by-mail wrestling at one point too. There's this thing where you paid $1 for a match, and basically you know, you pick the moves that you predicted would be the highest value, and then it would plot your moves against whoever you picked moves. And you could write in, you know, like for free, you could write in paragraphs of comments or whatever, you know, where you're bad mouthing them or you know, describing your sneak attack or whatever. And then people would get mad, and then they'd challenge you, that kind of thing. So my characters was at the time, there was one called Lightning Rod, and he was very, very much based on Bret Hart. His kind of look was very Bret Hart-ish. And I had a second character named Canada's Hero, Jacques Petit. He was just a little guy, but he was dressed in like a Canadian suit, and you know, had often feuded with a guy named the Star Spangled Trooper. And then later on, we meet like Jacques Petit and Star Spangled Trooper teamed up to make a fierce tag team. So it was like a Can-Am kind of tag team. Because, you know, most people were really into wrestling at the time, and they, you know, they'd enjoy building the rivalries and, you know, flipping and turning, you know, that kind of thing. One second here. Oh, I don't think we're gonna get it. Oh. He met Sting. He said after Owen died from the harness, he didn't trust the people, so he hooked his own harness. Because if he's gonna die, it'd be by his own fault. Makes sense. Yeah, that was pretty wild, eh? Nobody even knew that wasn't part of the act. We made it. Excellent!
What a wonderful day for Canada, and therefore, of course, the world.
All right. Eddie had a heart attack in the ring? I didn't know about that. Same thing with Rikishi. What about TP? I'm not sure what TP is. There you go, guys. That's pretty awesome, eh? We're level 58 now. Fireworks. Ooh, that's a big run, eh? We'll take it, but we're not gonna do it. We'll do it tomorrow. Because there's no way I'm gonna stay up for that long. There we go. Load up. We'll buy some garages though. Ref went down and said go with it. Then that night he died. Oh, that sucks. DP's toilet paper was to slam people into the turnbuckle, then give them stink face. Oh, okay. That's quite the thing. Can you imagine with all the toilet paper rushes they had in the old beginning of COVID there, eh? Right, what do we got? We got 1.9 million bucks. Buy some garages. See, we've really expanded. All the green ones is my garages. Buy that one. Ooh. Three. Four. Five. That's gonna be 500 grand, so we got maybe one more garage we can buy. Yokozuna. I remember him. Andre was pretty awesome too. Amigo is here. Thank you, Amigo, for liking. The 3 amigos. You guys ever watch that movie? Alright, let's buy some trucks. Well, we want the Ivecos because they're cheaper. From there. Purchase. Martin Short. Remember there are 3 amigos salute. Gotta rewatch that movie, you know, I keep talking about it. Buying all the garages and trucks. Iveco's stocks are gonna be worth $1 million after my corporation got to it. Blazing Saddles and Spaceballs was better. I liked Spaceballs a lot. And Blazing Saddles was really good too. I can't remember it well enough to know whether I liked it better than Three Amigos or not. But it was good. Certainly a classic movie as well. What am I doing? I just did a bunch of deliveries. Now I'm buying some trucks. Got all of Bulgaria now. Oh, 2 more trucks. Go. The Jerk? I don't, that's Steve Martin, wasn't it? The Jerk? I don't remember that movie at all, really. That's been such a long time. Alright, we gotta recruit people for those trucks. Who's up on the roster here? Lucy today. We can go to Romania. Martin. You can see when we have the strictest hiring policies. We just take the first person that's basically on the list and we give them a job. What was the Steve Martin one where he was a dentist? Remember that one? And they keep replacing this top position, eh? I don't know if these guys are any better. These ones are actually higher qualified. We got one there. We gotta hire 2 more drivers. This one and one other one. Have a good day, amigo. Thank you for coming by. Father of the Bride, he was in there. I remember there was one he was kind of hooked on. He was singing about Novocaine or something. Maybe that was like Little Shop of Horrors that I'm thinking of or something though. Yeah, Steve Martin was one of the 3 amigos. Is that all of them? Let's check our garage manager. See if there's any zeros. And Raunchy and Wholesome at the same time. Yeah, did you ever see The Little Shop of Horrors? And then Rick Moranis is in that one. Suddenly Seymour. It me Seymour. But I think, doesn't Steve Martin was in Little Shop of Horrors as a dentist? Or I remember he was in a dentist. He's a dentist in something where he was like hooked on Novocaine. I can't remember what it was though now. That whole Saturday Night Live group though was really good back in the day. Martin Short, Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd. You know, all those guys. They were good. Look at, we're up to 153 drivers now, guys. Making almost $700,000 a day. So we're like buying up the place, man. Probably next session we start digging into these other ones, Romania, Poland, France, or Germany. Probably should wrap up the Netherlands. Romania, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 1.2 million plus trucks. 2 million. Belushi. Yeah, Belushi was in that group too, wasn't he? Oh wait, wasn't he before them? Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends what part. You haven't seen Chevy Chase? Chevy Chase is in like probably his most known role, I'd say now, is like he's in a lot of stuff, but his most known recent role is probably Clark Griswold is probably his most famous role now. Like, you know, people think of Chevy Chase. I bet you they think of Clark Griswold a lot of the time. So Clark Griswold is from the Vacation series. Although they did do a later Vacation where he was just a cameo, but yeah, his Vacation, Christmas Vacation, that's a classic movie. The original Vacation and European Vacation. I wasn't big on the other vacations like Vegas Vacation and stuff, or Christmas Vacation too, but the main ones though, those are good movies. Very funny, except for the sad part where they tie the dog to the car and forget about it. You're from Nepal, nice. Well, welcome. I'm from British Columbia, Canada. So Western Canada. But you guys, I gotta work tomorrow. I better get to bed. So I'm gonna review the poll, and then we'll wrap up. So, you know, we will switch over.
What a wonderful day for Canada, and therefore, of course, the world.
There we go, my little sound effect I added. Alright. Go up here. What's the poll results, guys? Christmas Vacation was the best. Yeah, they have all the lights. So you guys, 57% said yes, they typically change their own oil. 35% said no, they usually go to an oil change place or garage. And 4% each said no, a relative does it for me, or no, my car is an electric vehicle. So there you go. That's interesting. I wasn't sure if some of those would get responses, but you know, that's the true thing about an electric vehicle. You don't have to change the oil. And I want to thank everybody. Thank you for the stars, Sean, for the sharing, everybody who shared and shared your communities, as well as your own feed. Anybody who liked and all that stuff, you know, anyone talked, thank you so much. You always used to change your own oil, but now that I have a nice car that I have a loan for, I get it changed during my routine checkups. Oh yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, thank you for hanging out. You know, thank you for whether you're talking or you're just watching, whatever you did. If you're spending time with me, your time is valuable, and I appreciate it. And thank you for coming by. I stream every day at 7 o'clock Pacific time, so make sure you hit that follow button if you haven't done so. And then hopefully we'll see you again in the near future. Exclamation notified to be alerted when I go live. Triple, thank you for following, much appreciated. And if you want to check out my YouTube, there's clips that I make there, as well as I started putting up archives of my some of my older streams as well. So you can go all the way back to the Mixer days, but some of the Facebook ones are going to be going up there as well. So because they're going to be erasing them eventually here. So thank you so much, and I hope you all have a good day. And again, thank you for being here, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow or in the near future.